It's Ben Shapiro time again. Oh, I prefer not to watch this entire video, but we might. Ben Shapiro. I don't know what this man is on, but he said systemic racism blamed for glue hair fiasco. I gotta see what straw man he picking out here today, cause this wild, this wild today.
I'd be remiss if I did not get to what is easily the stupidest story of the day. This is the stupidest story of the day. This is from the wellness section at the Washington Post. So, you may recall that there is a woman who is stupid enough to put a bunch of Gorilla Glue in her hair.
You might recall that there was a woman who was stupid enough to put Gorilla Glue in her hair.
This is very stupid. Gorilla Glue is glue, as indicated by the name, Gorilla Glue.
It's in the name, Boy Scouts. You don't even miss it. Like for 5, 6 years, you've just been saying the same things over and over again.
Right? It is super glue, essentially. Why would you put that in your hair? Unless you're a dum-dum. Okay, the lady's a dum-dum. As evidenced by the fact that she put glue in her hair.
As evidenced by the fact that she put glue in her hair, she a dum-dum. While I could easily agree with that for the sake of like the fact of the matter, like it's also okay to have empathy at the same time. Let's see what Ben Shapiro has to say.
Than that, you take Gorilla Glue and you spray it in your hair. You ain't getting into Phi Beta Kappa. Hey, how does the Washington Post spin this? Well, it turns out that the lady was black. I had no idea.
Yeah, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You knew she was black. I had no idea. This is the fucking cop. How is this real journalism? You like, how is that real journalism? How do people like fuck with this? Like, so you hear the story and you never saw a picture of the person. You just heard the story and was like, that sounds dumb, and just moved on from there. Okay.
But apparently she is. This means that the reason she sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair, I'm not kidding you, the reason she sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair is because of systemic racism.
I gotta see how you got there.
Which is weird, because I have not seen a massive spate of black people spraying Gorilla Glue into their hair. Only this dumb lady. Like, this is not a systemic problem in the black community. People spray painting their hair with Gorilla Glue. Like, that's not a thing.
All right. The
reason this lady was a headline is because she did something unbelievably stupid, and then it went viral online. And the Washington Post is like, yes, but have you considered the possibility that this is an outgrowth of 400 years of oppression? And no, I didn't consider that possibility because oppressed people generally don't spray Gorilla Glue in their hair.
Can you explain why you think? Can you read an article? Holy shit, padding the time because you have nothing better to say?
Weird. But here is the Washington Post. Our media. They don't have a narrative, guys. They are perfectly objective. Remember,
our media. You are a media. Fucking hell with this.
This is not in the op-ed section. Letitia Beecham writing. Tessica Brown no longer feels like she has red ants crawling around her scalp. Brown, 40, nicknamed Gorilla Glue Girl, captured the internet's attention with her forever ponytail after she used Gorilla Glue spray, a very strong adhesive for heavy-duty projects, to create possibly the slickest of side parts and swooped edges known to womankind. The embarrassing ordeal has left Brown with some missing baby hairs, bald patches that are expected to recover, and a much shorter hairstyle that's nowhere near the amount of inches she had with her month-long braid. Over the next 6 weeks, Brown can't put much else on her scalp except for a concoction created by a Beverly Hills, California-based plastic surgeon who removed the glue from her hair. At this point, I'm scared to put a relaxer on my hair, she told the Washington Post in an interview, adding she has decided to go natural and embrace the naturalness of her hair. Brown's saga, says the Washington Post, which first went viral on social media and then became national news, appealed to some black people who still shudder at the thought of a relaxer or the sizzling pain of a hot comb that got too close to skin. Memories that have led many black women to sport their own kinks and curls.
Right.
Plenty of people ridiculed and got their belly laughs at Brown's misfortune, but there was a sense of community among others, especially black people who sought to shield her from being a spectacle of idiocy.
That is correct. That is like like 110% correct. If you went on Twitter, like maybe 5 hours after that story broke, people were like, all right, let's have some empathy. Let's not just poke fun at somebody. They clearly made a mistake. It's a stupid mistake. But like, as long as she doesn't go on a lawsuit tangent or try to make like mad bread from this, let's not like drag somebody down in the mud, which was a correct take. Like, that's the massive sense of community. I don't see the issue here.
The extreme she went to for zero flyaways is very unusual. But the desired outcome is as old as black people's time in a country that often mocked how they look. Experts say. What now? Huh? So, I use ExpressVPN because
oh my God,
clicking the link. In the perfect example, I want to talk about the discriminatory attitude towards particular types of hair that have existed in American society. Perfectly fine. If you want to say that this lady is like a perfect example of discrimination on the basis of hair,
I mean, if you didn't just break the sentence up, you could see where that sentence leads into the next one. I don't agree with the point because I haven't read the article, so I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth. But like, I can see what the article is talking about by using that as like the perfect standard of like what our hair should look like and what like types of methods you have to go through to get there, and how some people will look for an easier way out or like whatever. I wouldn't call it systemic racism, of course, but like, I don't think that's where that was alluding.
Because she used Gorilla Glue in her hair? Again, can't we just say that some people are idiots and do stupid things? Is that possible? Can we do that? Is that ever?
Yeah, we do that every time you talk, Ben.
Ever a possibility? Why you would lump in people who want to wear their hair a certain way with Gorilla Glue lady, or suggest that American society is to blame for a dummy putting Gorilla Glue on her head.
That's not what this... That's... You just read the thing, and how do you come with that takeaway? Am I insane, chat? Am I insane? Am I wrong for thinking this man just has zero to say about anything and is just picking like fucking random shit to talk about because like Trump's no longer like, come on, man.
I mean, it's not beyond me. I know exactly why they're doing it, right? It's every problem in American society is attributable to systems of power. Those systems of power are rooted in innate white supremacy. So if a dumb lady puts Gorilla Glue on her head, and she happens to be a black lady who put Gorilla Glue on her head, it has to be that this is a legacy of America's hierarchies of power coming all the way back to 1619. Think piece in the New York Times.
How do you fuck did you make that connection? Chat, am I going nuts? Am I reading too far into this? Am I not just taking his words at face value and I'm just attacking him because he's Ben Shapiro? I feel like I am. At
least it's in the Washington Post. The mother of five said she was familiar with Gorilla Glue before her very unfortunate mistake, often using it around her Louisiana home for tasks, such as setting up Christmas decorations. Okay, first of all, that right there would be a good indicator that she is a complete moron. It's not as though she went to the store and she's like, oh, it says Gorilla Glue and it's a spray, so maybe it's a hairspray. She used it around her home to glue things, and then she put it in her hair. Okay, this is the equivalent of the lady who gave fish tank cleaner to her husband because she thought that fish tank cleaner was hydroxychloroquine.
And whose fault is... Oh my God, he just brought up the whole thing that he defended during Trump's term, telling people he didn't tell them to go take that.
People doing dumb things are usually not outgrowths of systemic racism. They're just people doing dumb things.
That's debatable.
When she ran out of her favorite got-to-be glued hairspray, she reached for the Gorilla Spray adhesive to save on time before leaving her home. She figured she could just spray it on her hair and wash it out once she got home that day. I don't know why you would figure that unless you're a dummy, unless you're stupid. Days turned into a week before she shamefully admitted to her mother what she had done. That week became a month before she went to social media to seek help, she said. I'm sorry, the fact that she was like sitting around for a month and she's like, my hair is glued. Like, after 2 days, you weren't like, this is kind of a problem? She said, the only reason why I took it to social media is because we ran out of things to do. I figured somebody out there would be able to tell me what to do. I never thought my little girl would say, Ma, your video has 1 million views. She had to console one of her young daughters who said she endured taunts from other children making fun of her mother. Now, don't make fun of the kids. I mean, it's not the kids' fault that mommy is not particularly bright. Brown had to keep under control the angst of possibly never running her fingers through her hair again for the sake of the children who came to her daycare, Tessa's Little Angels Learning Academy. Neil Lester said he initially thought Brown's problem was a prank, but as he continued to follow this story, he said it reminded him of all the ways Black Americans have used unusual hair products to manipulate or style their hair. I thought of Malcolm X and his experience with the conch, said Foundation Professor of English and Founding Director of Project of Humanities at Arizona State.
All right, Ben Shapiro's a clown. Simple as that. For this exact reason. While I get what you're trying to say, I don't think the article that you're launching off of actually made that a point. I could be wrong, and I will take the time to read that article and see what they were saying. But based off of what you said just out loud, nah, you're bugging. You're reaching stupid hard for content. 609,000 views, by the way.